Today we're going to install step 2 of our performance boost on our 2008 Yamaha V-Star 1100, and we're going to install a Kiriakin Hypercharger, and we're going to rejet the carbs. And this is the Hypercharger right here we'll be installing, and they send along a jet kit, and we'll be installing the air tube. And here's the victim here. I came out earlier and started it up and ran all the fuel out of the carburetors, and I have it up in its jack stand there. Today it's about 32 degrees and they're expecting some snow tonight. It's been a very poor riding year so far. You can see we still have snow on the ground here. The first thing I'm going to do is take off the seat and take off the gas tank. Last night I spent a little time on the internet doing research, looking for forums. Other people that have done this before have some pretty good tips, so it might be worthwhile doing a little searching, print out a little information. Probably be a pretty good help for you. And to remove the seats here, I'm going to start by taking out the bolt right in between the two seats. And we'll remove the nut here on the back of the passenger seat. And you can see we have both seats removed. And another thing I like to do is I like to spread out blankets on the floor so you keep your stuff all nice. And I also put the nuts and bolts that I take off right next to what I took off, so you can keep those straight. The next thing I'll be doing is taking the negative battery cable off. And to remove the negative battery cable, you need to take this cover off here by taking out this bolt. And then I'll move the negative battery cable right here and just tuck that off to the side. After I take the battery cable off, I just run the bolt right back in. There's a little nut in the back there, and there's a potential for that to fall out of your battery and get lost. So by running this bolt back in, that will hold that nut in place. And the next thing I'm going to do is take off this plastic wire protector. Right here, and right here are three little kind of rivet-like things with centers. I'm just going to use this Allen wrench. You just push in on them, and you'll hear them click. And then you can pull the rivets out. You can see now this plastic cover here is loose, and I'm just going to disconnect this electrical connector here. And now I'm going to unplug this white electrical connector. And the next thing I'm going to do is remove the fuel tank. And to do that, you need to remove the fuel line, which is pretty easy. I mean, you can figure that out. And then take these two bolts off right here. And here, the one thing I want to mention too is make sure you have your fuel turned off on the gas tank. And it'd be good to have something to catch a little fuel that might dribble out. Either a small cup or a rag or something, but just be ready for a little gas. And now I'm ready to take the tank off. Before I did that, I just put a blanket on the back there to keep things from getting scratched up in case something happens. Just take your time and be careful. And the next thing I'm going to do is remove the air cleaner, the old air cleaner, which is right here. And then I'm going to take this rubber grommet out of here. And then Right down here there's another clamp, hose clamp with a Phillips head screw, and that will take this air tube off right here. And so that's what I'll be doing next. Now the instructions say it's time to rejet the carburetor, and that's where they kind of leave you. They don't give you any real specific instructions on how to do it, so that's where your searching is going to help you out if you do a little searching on the internet to see how somebody else did it. The first thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take this air box right off here, this top part right here. That'll give me much easier access to the carburetors and all the hoses and wires and stuff. So that's what I'm going to take off next. And I got the air box off, and then what I'm going to do is take these little snorkels off here, off the carburetors. And you can see our carburetors are starting to become pretty exposed. And so what I'll start doing now is unhooking wires, hoses, anything that would be in the way to getting the carburetors off. And I'm going to take this decorative cover off here. And there's a clump of wires here coming off the carburetor, and here's the plugs. I'll just unplug all these, and then there's a clip that's holding them right here, and I will just work the wires out of the clip. And I'm just going to videotape this cable for my reference. We have the long barreled shaft up here on the left hand side and the short one on the right hand side. Cable comes around, wraps and tucks in right here, and this one comes around and connects right here. I took this one off first, and the choke cable is coming in right up in here and hooks up to here. And here you can see I've got the carburetors off. It really wasn't too difficult at all. They did a pretty good job of engineering as far as taking it out anyway, I thought. And so now we'll start, we'll get ready to start rejetting. First thing I'm going to do, being as the carburetors all together, is you have to drill out what they call PMS plugs. And there's two of them. And you have to drill, they're about 1/4 inch thick. And so what I'm going to do is, I got my drill bit marked at 1/4 inch so I know when I'm coming close. You can also put a piece of tubing or something like that, long enough to leave 1/4 inch of drill bit exposed, and that will stop your drill from drilling too deep. You don't want to drill too deep. The plugs that I'll be drilling out, and let's see. It's very hard for me to see that in the viewfinder, so I'm just hoping you can see. There's one plug right here, and there's one plug right here. And you can see they got a little hole right in the center of them, which will be really handy because then I don't have to try to center punch it. There's also a plug right below it. Be careful, you don't want to drill that one out. You want to go with that one there and that one there. And now I'm going to turn the camera off so you don't see me cry if I drill too deep. And you can see I have a hole drilled here and a hole drilled here. Went very well. Now I'll get a sheet metal screw, start screwing it in there, and that should pry that plug right out, I hope.